And a record 100,000 people hospitalized. As Americans wait for a vaccine, the virus is taking a very heavy toll on families all across the country, like the family of nurse Sophia Burke in New Jersey. Burke treated coronavirus patients in the early days of this pandemic, but it wasn't until November that COVID made it into her home. 7 of the 8 members of her household testing positive, from her 2-year-old daughter to her 93-year-old father, Otto, who was killed by the virus. Sophia Burke joins me now from the hospital. Sophia, thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you, Don.
It's awful what's happening to you and your family, but I've got to ask you, and by the way, Sophia's on oxygen, obviously you can see. How are you feeling right now?
Right now, I feel like everything has been swept from under my feet, literally. I'm fighting to breathe every day and to try to just do the minimal activities with so much difficulty to take deep breaths. Something so simple as breathing has become so difficult.
So, what do you say to people now? Because there are people who are running around as if this does not exist and as if it's not real. And go on, Sophia.
What I say to everyone is this: it took a selfless act. My mother giving an elderly person a ride home to get this virus. My mother let her guard down for one moment. And in that short moment, my entire family was affected. My father died last Tuesday on a ventilator. My mother is home with oxygen, unable to breathe on her own after being in the hospital for 6 days. My child, my 2-year-old with diabetes, contracted the virus. Although she had no respiratory issues, she had to endure high fevers and the side effects of having COVID. My son that's sick, my older daughter that's funny. This thing is so real. I am sitting in a bed, completely feeling useless, unable to do the bare minimum because we let our guard down for 1 second. Go ahead.
Yeah, I want to just explain, because you think that your mom may have gotten the virus through an act of kindness, that she gave a sick friend a ride, right? She said she tested negative on the ride, but then you don't believe that was so, right?
No, we later found out that she was positive. Yeah. She claimed that she had a cold, a simple cold. She was in her 80s, and it turned out that she had COVID, and she was a super spreader. You know?
You worked with COVID patients from the very beginning, and you took every single precaution.
Yes, I did.
And then now you believe that it came in some way that, listen, it can happen to anyone, right?
Right.
Right.
Exactly.
And so, listen, I'm sure you've seen the folks out there, Sophia, now they're upset. They want their businesses open. They want their restaurants open, and so on and so forth. And obviously we feel for those people. As someone who is working with these patients, and you are really on the front lines of this in a way that most people are not, what do we do? Where do we go from here?
What I think is this. I think I understand that everybody needs to survive, and I understand that financial hardship is real too, and painful. And it also ruins families. But then what I say is this. Yes, it's true. But wouldn't you want to walk away with your family alive, healthy, without nerve damage, without unable to breathe? You don't want to spend the money you have on funerals and burying your loved ones. Yes, we have to survive, but right now we're fighting a virus. We're fighting a pandemic that will kill us. We're not immune to it. And the numbers are climbing. It's so scary, you know. And,
Sophia, I just want to put this up because I know it's tough for you to be speaking while you're on oxygen, but your cousin has set up a GoFundMe to help cover your funeral and medical costs, and we have that up on the screen right now. Let it sit up there for a minute. But I just want everyone to know how grateful I am that you are here and that you're giving your story to people so that we can all be safe and we can all learn from this. So Sophia Burke, thank you. You're a very brave person, and keep fighting, okay?
thank you. Can I say one last thing? I want everyone to know that we're all family. This whole world, we are family. We need to love each other and let down our differences, and we need to fight together to save our individual families. And I want to say thank you to all the frontliners and everyone in Hackensack for the love and the care that they give to all the patients. Thank you, Don.
Thank you. Be well. We'll be right back.
Thank you, Don.